This is ArtsAlive. I'm Lynda Philippi. My guests today are Ted Desel and Norm Tognazzini, and they are here to talk about Hopeful Monsters, which is a brand new play that's premiering at Gallery Theater's Kaleidoscope Festival this year. So welcome.
Thank you.
I guess premiere is the right word, is it?
Premiere is the right word.
Good, that's wonderful. Okay, so you as the playwright, let's talk a little bit about how you and Gallery got together to stage this production.
Well, I've worked with Ted on numerous productions as an actor, and because of his abilities and reputations and skills, I wanted him to work with this. So actually, before it became a Gallery production, it had to go through a couple of reads and so forth, and those took place outside of Gallery. To have it become part of Kaleidoscope, that was up to the play selection committee, and so I submitted this and another play, and they said we want to show this one.
Okay, so this is really the first time that anybody will be, in this community will be exposed to this play. What we could say.
Partly true.
Okay.
Partly true. In the process, we did a couple of read sessions. We started this about last October.
Oh, okay.
And so we gathered a group of actors from theater and said, okay, let's play with this and let's see what we've got, and let him hear it out loud from some real people. And then we did another one after the rewrites, and then the process of getting into Kaleidoscope took another series of rewrites, and this time it was cast with people closer to age of each of the characters.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good.
So that you get the personalities a little with that kind of age and experience. So here we are, ready to roll.
So Kaleidoscope is always Reader's Theater, am I right?
Well, yeah, the function
Typically.
of it started as basically, let's do some Reader's Theater. That way we can see what new directors might be able to do, experiment with pieces that were not very known or very known. In this case, they're reprising Octet Bridge Club they did 8 years ago.
Right.
As one of the offerings. So it's a variety of things, but it's a testing ground.
Okay, and you have just the 3 productions, one weekend, is that correct?
Right.
And yours will be?
First weekend, next weekend.
Okay, so that would be the?
7, 8, 9.
Of August.
Of August.
Yes.
At Gallery. Tickets available online or not online?
I suspect they are online.
I believe they are.
Okay, good, great.
The whole
Or-
ticketing system.
or
Oh,
is
I
the
mean,
same.
I know that
Yeah.
the ticketing system's online. I wasn't sure if Kaleidoscope was or not, so.
I believe it is.
Okay,
I mean,
so
everything's done that way.
the usual, all the usual
Sure.
avenues, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Norm, let's talk a little bit about what it felt like to write and sort of rewrite this, and now that you're seeing it, kind of, yeah, it's happening.
It's exhilarating. It's challenging because I'm constantly doing rewrites, but as a writer as well, I do a lot of rewrites. That's just my style. But here, of course, I have the opportunity to, hear these lines come back to me. So it actually becomes easier to do the rewrites in some regards. But the whole process is it's an exciting process.
Yeah.
It really is. It's to hear the words that you put on paper, put down on paper, struggled, ideas that you've had maybe for years or new ideas, and all of those are encompassed in Hopeful Monsters. To have them, come to light in this way. Especially with a cast of 13 people.
That's a lot.
And all the different voices and different
Sure.
personalities and different actions and attitudes. And
I mean, I think it's a remarkable thing. That's a lot of people to bring together for probably limited rehearsals or read-throughs, and to get the finished product up and ready. You want to talk a little bit about what the play is actually about?
Sure, it's a coming-of-age play, basically. There are 3 17-year-old characters in it, and these people are mentored by older folks in different ways. There's a character, Nate, who's the lead male character, who is, you know, struggling to find his place, and goes from Phoenix to working on a ranch in Idaho, and there meets his mentor, so to speak, in a character named Digger. And then, of course, surrounded by other adults. There's some twists and turns that I won't discuss here, but that,
Sure.
that are exciting.
Twisty and turny.
And twisty and turny, exactly. They are
Like life.
yeah, surprises.
Okay.
Surprises everywhere. Yeah. Surprise ending.
So do you ever have these moments where either somebody says a line and inside you, you just go, oh my God, yes, that totally works, or oh, what was I thinking? Do you ever have those
yes.
moments? Like that cringe moment of, that doesn't work.
Oh, that doesn't work. Yeah, I think I've had those, yes. But I've also, on the other side of the scale, I've had
You've had
that,
the yes.
Yes.
Good.
I experienced that last night with one of the actors reading one scene. It was just phenomenal. It just came together exactly like I had pictured it and have pictured it in my mind since I wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
So those are wonderful things. But the cringing part, not too much. I've got pretty thick skin when it comes to writing, so
That's good.
it's you know.
That way you can, I mean, it would be almost impossible if you were a thin-skinned person who couldn't take any even well-meaning feedback, and then somebody comes along and says, oh, this isn't quite really working for me here. That would be difficult.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, go be something else.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So, Ted, what have you felt about working with Norm in this process?
Well, it's been different, you know, actor-director before,
Sure.
and now actor-playwright. Well, no, it's been very comfortable because we've known each other for quite a while, and I've known about his writing and read some of his other writings, and I said, well, why not? I mean, this is, if he's going to launch into a playwriting situation, then let's test it out. And the more we read it in our previous sessions, said, well, there's something that's working here. Let's see if we can make it work, see how far it can go. And now it's at the point where this is a much better script than when we started, partly because it was read by people who let their own personalities grow through the lines and make them come alive and have a personality. So as a couple of the characters have shifted just a little bit because of that process, but it makes a stronger play. So we're at the point where this would be like doing Jaws in Portland. Their playwrights come together and they put the show together, or at least read it and that sort of thing. And so this may be a launch. We'll see. We want to find out. The reason for this production here is that we want to get the audience feedback after each show. So we find out ideas from them. We've put our ideas in, and the actors have put theirs in, but now we want to hear how an audience takes it, if they just sit and hear it and see if it says the same thing to them that it does to us.
So does that mean like a little talk back type thing after each?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, great, wow.
See, the audience is really important to us this time in a different way than just being an audience. We want them to be contributors.
You don't want just, I want you to laugh, I want you to cry, I want you to throw money. Now this time you actually want feedback.
Well, money's
Exactly.
first.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and
Yeah,
throw
throw
money.
the money.
Preferably 50s and 100s.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are there still $10,000 bills?
I'm not sure.
Yes, the feedback is very important, and looking very much forward to that, because that will be different feedback than from the actor or from the director or other people that are watching this. You know, some people come and watch rehearsals, and of course they say, "Oh, I really like that," you know, because I know them. But it's great to have feedback from people you don't know, because they'll say, "Oh, that line didn't work," or "I didn't like that scene," or "Yeah, that was good if you do this to it." You know? So.
Well, I mean, that's what it's always about, like a coming of age story. That's a pretty classic, you know, theme or whatever. And here we are, everybody kind of views it through the lens of their own experience.
Right.
Obviously.
Absolutely.
So I think that's what art is about, you know?
Oh, that's true. Yes.
I mean, some of your experience probably went into that in some filtered down through rocks and charcoal kind of way, but who knows?
I was driving home last night from rehearsal, and I was going through the different characters, And I think there is a piece of me in every one of those characters, male and female.
Oddly enough, huh?
You know, and because of things that I've drawn out. I mean, when you're writing, as a writer, you know, I pull from everything. You know, I'm a great people watcher and do, you know, I pull from all kinds of experiences. But you know, you always pull from yourself. You know, and I think particularly in this is, you know, I haven't written I've got a lot of plays going right now in the works, but I haven't written a full play in a long time, and so this is, you know, this is a kind of an inaugural experience for me as well in doing this. So.
It's your Tennessee Williams moment, huh?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Dredging your soul for the pathos.
Well, I could have come in here in a beret and a cigarette hanging out of my
Yeah,
mouth
exactly.
and just flown in from Florida somewhere, the Keys, but you know.
How about an old coward?
Yeah. No coward, maybe.
Okay, yeah, a little more urbane.
Yeah.
No, it's a solid piece.
Oh, good. Okay.
It's got fun. It's got sad. It's got human stories. All the characters are very human characters.
How long have you actually been working on this play?
50 years.
Okay.
I wrote it in about a month, but you know, I mean, because of experiences.
Sure.
You know, this is rattled around. This is part of a book that I started writing one time. This is part of a short story. This is part of a movie script. This is part of a lot of things that I've written. But the experiences themselves are have stretched over a long span of years.
So you've been working through these experiences and like shaping them as
Yeah,
for
not
various
with the
art.
direct intent of writing the play, but you know, in reality, that's how long does one work on a novel or a play or a piece of poetry?
Have you ever been to Idaho?
Yes.
Okay. This was curious.
Yeah. Yes,
If
indeed.
you at least took a road trip up there or something.
I took a road trip back there to see what that place was like, because I did spend a summer there when I was around that age.
Young, okay. And were you like living with relatives, or how did that happen?
Neighbors that owned
Yeah, okay.
a couple of ranches in Idaho, and I worked there for the summer when I was 15. And
Wow.
so
That must have been a lot of fun. Obviously, it
was.
stuck with you.
it did stick with me.
Yeah.
I did too.
Did
Yeah.
you? You worked in
Yeah,
a ranch up there?
He worked on a different ranch.
Wow.
We went to different ranches together.
But well, I think that's kind of interesting because you kind of have sort of that shared experience then of what that feels
Well, we
like. And
understood what the situation
Yeah.
was
Right.
and
Wow.
who these people were and had
I
been
think that's
around
wonderful.
that kind of folk.
so I really hope that you do plan to tape it because I really would love to see this. And let's tell the dates again, the 7th, 8th, and 9th of August.
Correct.
Okay, and 7:30 on Friday and Saturday?
Correct.
And
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock on Sunday,
Sunday
matinee. Okay,
Yeah.
so I hope that everybody watching us now will be able to get a ticket and go see that.
I do too.
And
indeed.
Absolutely.
that should mean there's 3 people in the seat. No.
Yeah.
As Click and Clack say on both of our listeners. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you
Good.
very
Thank
much.
you, Linda.